Welcome to our Communiversity today, sponsored by Pendleton Community Bank and Cucumber and Company, a community affairs program from West Virginia Institute of Technology in Beckley, hosted by Dr. T. Ramon Stewart, president of West Virginia University Institute of Technology, working to make a difference in Southern West Virginia. Guest opinions expressed on this program may not represent the opinions of West Virginia University Institute of Technology, Southern Communications, or its sponsors. And now, with today's program, here's Dr. Stewart.
Welcome to our Communiversity today. I'm Dr. Ramon Stewart, president of WVU Tech here in Beckley, and I'm thankful that you chose to be with us today as we explore our Communiversity. As we think about exploring our Communiversity, today we have a special guest with us, none other than Mr. Philip Jarrell, who is the city manager of the city of Beckley. I think that's so important to hear from Mr. Jarrell because when we look, the city manager form of government is something new to this particular area here in Beckley, although other cities around us have this form of government. But one of the things is, as we look at where Beckley is, more importantly, being the gateway to Southern West Virginia, we need to focus a lot on where Beckley can go, because I believe as Beckley goes, also Southern West Virginia goes. So we'll look at exploring this topic today, again, with Mr. Philip Jarrell, who serves as the city manager of the city of Beckley. And as always, our guests on our Communiversity today come and answer two questions. That's simply, why not us? And why not now? So ladies and gentlemen, right after this break, we'll be back with more Our Communiversity today on News Talk WWNR.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride at Pendleton Community Bank. Our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
WVU Tech is celebrating 130 years, and you're invited to celebrate with us. Saturday, September 27th from 10 to 2, the Beckley campus comes alive with classic cars, food trucks, inflatables, games, and campus tours. It's free, it's festive, and it's for everyone. Whether you're an alumni, a neighbor, or just love a good time, come celebrate 130 years of Golden Bear pride. WVU Tech is turning 130. Join us for the big celebration. We'll see you there.
Make it alive, make it alive, ha, 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 make it alive.
At Cucumber and Company, we're all about making your site live. If you need a new website or an upgrade, we can help. And that's no jive talking. You should be calling us right now, 304-250-0123 or cucumberandcompany.com.
Welcome back to our Communiversity today. Again, we're visiting with Philip Jarrell, who serves as the city manager of Beckley, and we're going to discuss Beckley's role in economic growth and development here in Southern West Virginia. How are you today, Mr. Jarrell?
I'm doing fine, Dr. Stewart.
Excellent, excellent. Well, certainly thank you for being in studio with us. And I must admit, you look mighty good in that blue and gold that you got on there. What makes you wear blue and gold today?
I'm very West Virginian.
Very West Virginia.
West Virginia Tech especially.
I love it. I love it. And, we always like to say at Tech that we are more than just ABET accredited engineering. We engineer success. And we're thankful that you, as a graduate of Tech, have been successful in your previous roles, but also being successful as city manager. But I think it's important, for our listeners, because you believe in West Virginia, you believe in Beckley, you believe in Southern West Virginia. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I graduated from Woodrow Wilson. I went to Beckley College. Then I transferred to West Virginia Tech, not West Virginia University of Technology, but West Virginia Tech quite a while ago. And I majored in business management with an emphasis in finance and economics. I I served with Fairchild International Coal Machinery Company for 11 years as in several supervisory positions. And then I transferred I transferred jobs to the Raleigh County Board of Education. And I remained with them for 33 years as the director of purchasing.
Excellent. Well, it sounds like you have a long history of service, but I think you also served our country. Is that correct?
Yes, I served 4 years in the Marine Corps from 69 to 73. So.
All right. Well, certainly with a servant heart. So, Mr. Jarrell, you go through, whether it be in private industry or with the Board of Education for more than 30 years. Obviously, you've seen some of the different challenges, yet opportunities here in Southern West Virginia. Before taking on this role as city manager, what were some of those challenges you observed?
The challenges I've observed since living in Beckley is the downtown area needs to be revitalized. That is a major concern of mine. Even though the outside areas of the city of Beckley and also the donut holes, I'm concerned about those also. The annexation.
Donut holes? Are you talking about down at the donut connection? What's a donut hole?
No, donut holes is actually a zoning comment from our zoning department that those are areas within the city that hasn't not been annexed.
Okay.
In other words, around those is an area that has been annexed, and in the middle of that is the donut hole.
And these are areas like on Eisenhower Drive or Robert.
Sure, it can be anywhere within the city where businesses have not been annexed. In other words, adopted by the city or annexed within the city, and that's a major concern. I think it's beneficial for those businesses to be annexed in with the city due to the fact that they get police services, they get fire department services, which would equate to insurance reductions, hopefully, and but just services.
So let me get this right. So I'm in Beckley. I'm in a certain area where it's Beckley, but then there's this donut hole exists. And let's say that I have I think one of the donut holes is out near the intersection over where the new fire station is.
Yes.
Let's say that I have a car accident there in that intersection or near that intersection, but I'm in a donut hole. What happens? Does the fire department come over and help me?
If it's within the city, if it's not, then they would still offer their services. They would certainly assist. We do not want any citizens within that area to not. But I can give you a prime example of a donut hole. You have Walmart's, then you have Queen Anne Street. Queen Anne Street is not adopted by the city, so that is in front of Bridgeport. Bridgeport is not within the city limits, but Walmart's is. So that's the difference between the donut holes.
Okay. And
so Bridgeport is not in the city, but Walmart's is in the city.
And you're talking about Bridgeport where they do
equipment. Yes, sir.
And so you would have to go through Bridgeport to get to Walmart.
Yes.
But you technically cannot provide city services to Bridgeport.
Correct.
Okay.
And also, I cannot pave that road in front of Bridgeport because it has not been adopted by the city. So
so when I bang my tire and mess it up or whatever, if I call you to complain, you won't listen to me.
Pretty much so.
I love it. So I think that's interesting.
I will certainly listen to you, but there are certain limitations to what I can do.
All right. I think that's interesting, and I'm not for sure how many of our listeners understand that part about the donuts and stuff. And, again, with your history being here, even with the county education system for more than 3 decades, you talked about one of the number one challenges you see in Beckley is the revitalization of downtown Beckley. Tell me what brought you to that epiphany? What made you realize that downtown Beckley needs revitalized?
Since I was born and raised in Beckley, I watched it when it was really vitalized downtown. In other words, you had all your shops was downtown. Your dress shops, your clothing shops, your drugstores, those types of things. Every car dealership was downtown. You had Burleson Motors, the Oldsmobile dealership. You had Bayes Buick, the dealership. It was a thriving community. You had an Elks Club that had in excess of probably 1,000 members. And they actually sponsored the Beckley Little League at that particular time. So I've watched it go from that to what it is today. And it's really a disappointment, but we saw it coming with the advent of the malls and so forth. You might not know, but I ran for mayor when I was 32 years old.
That was just yesterday, right?
Yes. And I could see the handwriting on the walls then. So at 32, I saw the handwriting on the walls about the shopping areas going outside the city limits and those types of things. So I think we can look at it from a cultural standpoint, and we got unique cultural and artistic advantages here. We have artisans and those types of things that we could dwell upon, and also take their information and hopefully we can do something with that. We've got a rich heritage, coal heritage, and real mining experiences, and we can take those things and actually prosper on it. We need to actually jumpstart the city. The city of Beckley needs to help jumpstart the city. So we're looking at several different avenues on how to do that. Of course, I'm in collaboration right now with West Virginia Tech and their Department of Construction, and with Dr. Poling. Is he a doctor? I'm
Case
assuming
Poling.
Case Poling, yes. I'm working with them as a collaboration on Black Knight, on how we can renovate and prosper at Black Knight Country Club. Or I don't want to call it Country Club, Historic Black Knight. So we're in collaboration with you already, and we're working on some other things.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Jarrell, I think collaboration is very big. And one of the things that I talk about all the time when I talk about Communiversity is this notion that the community is the university and the university is the community. And I love the way you've collaborated with Dr. Poling. He is a son of Beckley. His family is well known throughout here, but he went to Virginia Tech and got his doctorate, and he came back. And what's very unique is Dr. Poling helps lead the state's only 4-year construction management program, and that's right here at WVU Tech. And with that, and them partnering with you, I think it's a great way to build this Communiversity. But we're going to take a short break. Stay tuned to News Talk WWNR for more Our Communiversity Today.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride. At Pendleton Community Bank, our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Make it alive, make it alive. Ha, 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 make it alive.
At Cucumber & Company, we're all about making your site live. If you need a new website or an upgrade, we can help. And that's no jive talking. You should be calling us right now, 304-250-0123 or cucumberandcompany.com.
WVU Tech is celebrating 130 years, and you're invited to celebrate with us. Saturday, September 27th from 10 to 2, the Beckley campus comes alive with classic cars, food trucks, inflatables, games, and campus tours. It's free, it's festive, and it's for everyone. Whether you're an alumni, a neighbor, or just love a good time, come celebrate 130 years of Golden Bear Pride. WVU Tech is turning 130. Join us for the big celebration. We'll see you there.
Welcome back to our Communiversity today. Again, in studio is Mr. Philip Jarrell, who serves as the city manager of the city of Beckley, and we're talking economic growth and development in the city and throughout Southern West Virginia. So, Mr. Jarrell, it's interesting. You told me at the ripe age of 32, you ran for mayor. I'm assuming that was unsuccessful, but you saw some writing on the wall about the trajectory of downtown Beckley. Obviously, the trajectory has not, in many eyes, progressed to the level that you would want to see a city progress. But obviously, being a city manager and looking at those things, what are some ideas that you have that, and I know this has to be a we thing, not a Phil thing or a me thing, but what are some ideas that you have to really grow downtown?
First of all, you need collaboration between the businesses, the citizens, and the organizations within Beckley. You need their input. Since living here my life, I have communications with several developers, real estate agents, and so forth on their suggestions of what down Beckley could be. We're working on several plans. We have several analyses that came in, and my idea basically is to help start businesses in Beckley, bringing in businesses, whether it's small, large, crafts, artisans, our rich history. We have a lot of feasibility studies in the land holdings and the trails and what we actually want to do with the city of Beckley as far as attracting tourism.
Well, and I think, it's crazy you talk about bringing business and industry, and there's another Jarrell around. Many people may know Mike Jarrell that has helped develop Eisenhower and all the big box stores. And I mean, when you look at Beckley, one of the things I have even as the president of Tech as a challenge is, when you look at South Canal Street, where we're located, where the city offices are and everything like that, Eisenhower is a bypass to that. South Fayette Street is a bypass to that. And then going back to Eisenhower, there's a bypass to the bypass. So those things really bode well to growth and development, I believe, in places like where the Walmarts and the Lowe's and stuff are located. But then let's come back down to downtown. How do we get those artisans? How do we get the small mom and pop shops? How do we get them downtown?
Well, one of my ideas, and I've passed this by several people, is a developer here in town actually donated 3 to 4 buildings to the city of Beckley. And I'm going to utilize one of those buildings to help jumpstart the economy in the nature of a Beckley craft store and visitor center and those types of things. What my suggestion is if there's any crafts, artisans that wants to be involved in this, I'll certainly reach out to you. But what my idea there is to open up a shop on Main Street, which serves the purpose of reselling artisans' crafts and goods. In other words, they will put their crafts in there if they're willing on consignment, and then I I would pay the utilities on the building. I would pay the individual selling those. They would come in, take their inventory, and then we would pay them for what we had sold.
I love
But
it.
it's going to take a collaboration between the city and also the artisans. So
I think that's a very unique move. I was down in Floyd County, Virginia, and it's a very interesting place. The entire county has about 17,000 people. I think the city of Beckley has 17,000 people alone. But there is this innate culture wrapped around music. And they had the old country store and the flat footing, and kids were running around with their banjos and different things. But you could tell they built their economy downtown off of music. So what you're saying is one way to potential, and it creates a plethora of foot traffic. So you're saying bringing in the arts and stuff could bring the foot traffic to downtown.
yes, and that would bring other businesses to downtown also. Restaurants, possibly a library, a bookstore, which we already have a bookstore. Really, it's not a bookstore, it's a reseller of books.
They're on Prince Street.
Yes, sir. And but local artisans and those types of businesses, that's what we're looking to bring in, and the foot traffic.
And being your neighbor downtown, I must admit, every time I talk to somebody, they just tell me how bad downtown Beckley is. And I'll tell you, I don't know how bad anything could be when the police station is in the heart of downtown. What are your thoughts on Beckley downtown is that bad?
I do not see that. And I basically walk the streets every day. A lot of people criticize the vagrants or whatever, but I do not see that many. Matter of fact, I put no park, the free parking labels. I wanted to do it by myself just so I could walk the city of Beckley and meet the people and those types of things. So I did that for about 3 hours one night. There is no such thing. I'm sorry, but I just don't see it. I provide public safety. If there is an issue, I got very good staff that takes care of that issue immediately.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I actually stayed on campus the first 6 months I was here, an apartment above my office, and I would get up every morning at 4:45 a.m. and I would walk from my office down the Johnstown Road, across down Eisenhower, all the way down the Golden Corral, back up Robert C. Byrd, and up North Canal. It's only 6 miles, believe it or not. And if you do it early in the morning, you really don't see any cars. And I never had a challenge. And so I think it's important for our listeners to understand that downtown Beckley is not this place that is ridden with crime and everything, which I think opens up the opportunity for more people to want to walk the streets, more people to want to live, work, and play here in downtown.
I agree with you, Dr. Stewart. I want people to feel safe. And I feel safe walking the streets of Beckley. I really do. I'm sincere about Beckley. I want Beckley to thrive. And I'm certainly glad that West Virginia University of Technology decided to move to Beckley.
Well, we're certainly glad.
That was really a jump start for the city of Beckley. And you're one of our main resources and collaborators, and I'll certainly look at the university as a partner.
Yeah, that partnership, and you already talked about Dr. Poling and the work done at Black Knight with the students there. We've talked about various internships and stuff, but we're happy to be here. We're going on, or we're in our 8th year here, and we have a $35 million annual economic impact on this particular area. And so what happens, though, is we have the infrastructure to take and bring in about 500 more students. And so you're looking at going from 3,500 to almost 60 million, or 35 million to almost 60 million. And so when I talk about the collaboration, the integration for the purpose of elevation, you're bringing in almost $60 million worth of economic impact from this strip of land here on South Canal Street, all ships are going to rise with the tide.
Yes.
And I think the other thing, one of the things is it's so important for us here to understand that light drives out darkness. And I remind people all the time when we're here in Beckley and when we're doing things throughout the city, when you see Chili Night or when you see the Kids Classic, where we'll be over with 2 of the WVU Tech students that are actually in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know, we have that kind of talent right here in downtown Beckley, those types of events where we're working together. I think bringing the community in those ways gives us an opportunity to do better and be better. And so real quick, if you had one thing you could ask our listeners for to help revitalize downtown Beckley, what would it be?
I would ask for your suggestions and help.
Excellent.
I take criticism as a challenge. In other words, if I get criticized for something I do, then I'll challenge myself to do better. So any input is certainly appreciated. Constructive input, not the negative input, but constructive criticism I can take, and I'll take that as a challenge. Also, you had mentioned the Kids Classic. We have that going on this week. October the 4th is Chili Night. I got a great events planner. I got a great staff. If you need anything, please call my office, and we'll certainly assist you in any way.
Well, we look forward to promoting those events. We're going to take a short break. Stick with News Talk WWNR as we close out this edition of our Communiversity Today.
Bank with purpose and Golden Bear pride. At Pendleton Community Bank, our WVU Tech Affinity debit card does more than make purchases. It makes a difference. Every swipe supports the William Bill Benn Student Success Fund, helping WVU Tech students facing financial hardships stay on track to achieve their dreams. Show your school spirit and help shape the future, one transaction at a time. Visit yourbank.bank to get started today. Pendleton Community Bank, here for students, here for community, here for you. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
WVU Tech is celebrating 130 years, and you're invited to celebrate with us. Saturday, September 27th from 10 to 2, the Beckley campus comes alive with classic cars, food trucks, inflatables, games, and campus tours. It's free, it's festive, and it's for everyone. Whether you're an alumni, a neighbor, or just love a good time, come celebrate 130 years of Golden Bear pride. WVU Tech is turning 130. Join us for the big celebration. We'll see you there.
Make it alive, make it alive. Make it alive.
At Cucumber & Company, we're all about making your site live. If you need a new website or an upgrade, we can help. And that's no jive talking. You should be calling us right now, 304-250-0123 or cucumberandcompany.com.
Welcome back to our Communiversity Today. Again, I want to thank my guest, Philip Jarrell, who serves as the city manager of the city of Beckley. And I want to thank you, our listeners, for not only your time, but also believing in our Communiversity Today, because we have talented individuals on the show like Philip Jarrell, a proud graduate of Tech from back in the Montgomery days. But as I sit here and talk to Philip and think about where the city is, think about what he saw years ago when he ran for mayor, the question becomes, and it goes back to the 2 questions we try to answer: why not us? Why not now? Obviously, the city of Beckley has had some challenges, just like all of America, but this is our opportunity to not only do better, but most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, to be better. And so with that in mind, we all need to work together collaboratively to make sure that Beckley, the gateway to Southern West Virginia, is at a place, at a point that we can all be proud. And I ask that you please visit WWNRradio.com for additional information about the city of Beckley, the city manager, Philip Jarrell, and the many events that's going on, and also to look and explore how you can help build our Communiversity today for a brighter Southern West Virginia tomorrow.
You've been listening to Our Communiversity Today, sponsored by Pendleton Community Bank and Cucumber and Company, a production of West Virginia University Institute of Technology and Communiversity partner, Southern Communications in Beckley. For more on this program and contact information, visit our website at wwnrradio.com.